Hey everyone, you're with Tesla Tom, and thanks for joining us today on Ludicrous Feed. Today I'm reviewing the Jowua Tesla touch-up paint, and I'm going to test it out on a scratch here on our Tesla Model 3. We'll go through that very shortly, but first I just want to show you some of the Tesla touch-up paint options that Jowua has sent me. So to start with, we've got the 5 colors that Tesla Model 3 and Model Y are currently available from OEM Paint. And of course, don't forget to use our coupon code TESLATOM5 for 5% off all Jowua products site-wide at jowua-life.com. So let's have a look at each one to start with. So of course, white is the most popular color. So there we go, that's what the product looks like. Jowua Touch-Up Paint, Paint Scratch Repair for Tesla. And it says here, Tesla Touch-Up Paint. Net contents 12 mils, and it's good for 4 years, and it's acrylic, pigment and solvent all in one. And directions there: clean the surface, shake well, use brush to apply paint, close tightly after each use. And of course they come in 5 colors: pearl white, midnight silver, you've got black, deep blue, and multi-coat red, of course, which we'll be using today on this car, on our Tesla Model 3 behind us with the scratch. And all of the paints also come with this specialized brush as well. So that's what it looks like. I'll try and get it to focus for you. There you go. That's the fine tip brush for scratches. And I'll open up the red tube in a second to show what it looks like. They also have 2 extra colors for the wheels. So we've got Starlight Silver. Now there's a bit of rim rash as well, which I'm going to try to touch up to see how good it looks. And also Matte Black wheel as well, if you've got black wheels. Okay, so first of all, let's just go through the red paint when I open it up. So let's have a look like that. There we go. It looks a bit like lipstick, I guess, with the red paint. Make sure we give it a good shake first. It might look like lipstick, but actually feels more like nail polish and smells like nail polish as well. That's the included brush inside there. So I guess that's for bigger blemishes. And as I said before, if you want a finer touch-up, there's that little brush as well. Okay, so let's just zoom in a bit more on the scratch in question. So there it is there. Now I don't actually know how the scratch came about on the right rear quarter panel. It just appeared one day when I was looking through the car. It must have obviously happened at home because Sentry Mode didn't pick up anything, and I've got it on exclude home events, so that's why I think this probably happened at home. Now, I'm not going to apportion any blame. These things happen, you know, when you drag bags, other things, you know, from the seat here. When you're in a rush, these things can happen, but not to worry. That's why we've got the touch-up paint today. So we're going to see how good a product like this, the red multi-coat paint, when applied to a scratch like this, let's see how good it works for the Jowua Tesla touch-up paint. Let's give it a go. All right, so I've got the little brush. Just going to dab it on the big brush. See how that goes. And definitely the finer brush is enough. Might have to give it a few applications because I can still see the scratch. So maybe let it dry and then do another application. It's quite soothing with the rain, isn't it? It's very therapeutic. Look, I'm not expecting perfection here. Obviously, if you want, you know, the scratch to be gone completely, you need to buff it out. Go to a proper repair shop or a detailer, but I guess for a minor blemish like this, and look, everyone's got their idea of what minor is, right? But for me, for this situation, for a $15 product from Jowua, $15 US product, I'm happy to just give this a go today and see whether I can live with a repair job like this. The other question is whether when you wash it, the red repair stays on, and also whether the blemish starts to show a bit more. Alright, so that's the end result there. After a few applications, I applied about 2 or 3 coats after drying each time, including a coat with the big brush as well, just to smooth it over at the end. And I should also let you know that before we started this today, I cleaned the surface with a wet microfiber towel and then drying it with a dry microfiber towel afterward before we started. Alright everyone, that is the end result of the Jowua touch-up paint on the scratch on our Tesla Model 3. As you can see, it doesn't look too bad from this angle. Obviously from other angles you can see there is paint applied on the scratch there. It's not 100% perfect by any means. I see this really as a temporizing solution before a more permanent solution like buffering or detailing. But again, for a home job, a simple solution, a cost-effective solution, this might be a good temporizing solution with a Jowua touch-up paint on your body of your car for Tesla Model 3 and Tesla Model Y. And as mentioned previously, there are options for all 5 OEM paints for Tesla Model 3 and Model Y, each $15 from their jowua-life.com online store. Alright, so the second part of this video is that we are going to try the Jowua touch-up paint for the rim rash on our Tesla Model 3 rims here. And what we've got is the Starlight Silver applicator for the wheels. As I said, there's 2 for the wheels, 1 Starlight Silver and 1 black matte wheels color for the touch-up paint. So same concept. What we've done is clean the wheels with microfiber towel that's wet and then dry over the wheel, nice and shiny now. Give it a good shake, make sure it's evenly spread throughout the can. And then this time what we'll do is actually use the thick brush that's included with the paint like that, and then just apply it over the rim rash. And again, I think I'll probably do a couple of coats. That way we can cover up most of the rim rash. Just with one coat you can still see a bit of it there. And just the rest of the rim rash down here. I dare say that the wheel paint is probably, between that and the body paint, probably the better option, I would say, because probably less noticeable than a bump on the body paint, whereas rim rash paint is probably not that big a deal. People won't look at it too closely because it does cover up the defect fairly well at first glance. And I'm sure with the second and third coat it'll be even better. So again, I've had these, I've had rim rash repaired before in the past, and you're looking in Sydney at about $100 to $150 per wheel, Australian dollars. Whereas of course this product is $15 per bottle. So it's certainly, from a cost point of view, very effective compared to, getting it done, I guess, quote unquote, properly by a professional who might buff it out. But again, as I said, just cost-effective solution, temporizing potentially before you get it done, just so it looks better, at least from a distance. And look, I think it's probably good value. You know, you're not going to lose too much doing this yourself. Alrighty everyone, well that is the end product of the Jowua touch-up paint for the wheels of our Tesla Model 3. This one's in Starlight Silver. As you can see, the end result is, you know, fairly acceptable. And at first glance, you wouldn't know there was rim rash. Obviously, if you got right up close, then yes, you could probably say there was rim rash before that's been touched up. But I've gone around actually all 4 wheels and also my Tesla Model S as well, and I've just gone touching up all the little bits of wheel damage. Not much, but yeah, whatever was there, I touched up with the Jowua touch-up paint in Midnight Silver. And yeah, I do recommend it for small blemishes. There's the wheel colors there, wheel in Starlight Silver and Matte Black. And look, I think my advice to you, if you're going to use this product, is pick your battles. For small blemishes, small scratches, that's where it's very effective. Obviously for big damage, then you need to go to somewhere professional to get it detailed or fixed. Certainly very effective for minor rim rash like this. And I would recommend applying at least 2 to 3 times to get a really good finish, as you would if you were to paint a wall or ceiling. Wait for it to dry each time and then repaint it or recoat it. And use the small brushes for very fine scratches, and the applicator that comes with the barrel or the tube for bigger blemishes and wheel rash. That's where it's very effective. And last thing is just watch out if you've got sensitive skin. It does get onto your skin very readily. There you go, a bit of red and silver paint there. And yes, your garage will smell like a nail salon after a while, but that smell does disappear. And if you've got a nice floor like mine, epoxy coated floor, then I think just cover it with some cloth or some old rags just while you're doing this, because it can drip down if you're not careful. Okay everyone, that is the range of Jowua touch-up paint for Tesla Model 3 Model Y from Jowua, and make sure you use my coupon code TESLATOM5 for 5% off store-wide at jowua-life.com. Thanks so much for watching, and until the next Ludicrous Feed video, happy charging.